Everybody, guess what? We're live this afternoon. We've got Rob Mayes with us. If you don't know, he's like actor, singer, songwriter. Wait a minute. Are you a dancer too? Do you do everything?
Oh, I can dance, just not well. You don't want to do that.
I feel like because you said that, now I got to see a move or something.
Well, you know what? Next time I'm in town, let's go. We'll go drinking, and then it's all fair game. But until it's only 1 p.m. over here, we haven't even started drinking yet.
Hey, it's great to see you again. It's been a while. I think it's been at least a year or so since last time we talked. You just came to Nashville, doing a little bit of music. So a lot has been happening since then.
It's been crazy. It's been crazy for all of us, and for me personally. There's been a whole bunch of music and movies, and man, I don't like to sit around, like
it's
boredom.
obvious.
I don't know. Boredom for me is kind of boring. I don't know, one of those things,
Yeah.
So shutdown happened, lockdown, quarantine, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, man, I got to go do stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that, because this project I think is so fun. I love the name of this. I want to make sure I get it right. I'm looking down. Songs from the Sofa, a quarantine project. So talk about music. Tell me about that.
So, everything that I've been putting out for the most part is very bigly produced, right? And there's a big sound to it, and everything's mastered, and it's polished. And I kind of felt when lockdown went into effect, I was literally sitting on my patio, just listening to the cars go by, and it was like a very somber time, And I think we're starting to kind of grapple with, what's going on and get more used to, what our day in and day out is like. But it took a few weeks until, you could settle into kind of a new routine. And so there was all this uncertainty and stuff. And I just sit out there and I was like, man, just have a glass of wine and a cigar or something and play my guitar. And then these songs just started coming out, and they were, they weren't drinking songs, they weren't fun songs, they were kind of sad and honest and truthful. And I thought, you know what, I want to put these songs out now, not a year from now when they're ready to go, and I've spent tons of time figuring out the artwork and getting the mastered and all the overdubs and blah blah blah, and figuring out where in my release schedule I could put them in. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it right now, in between all the songs that I already had scheduled for release. So I ended up putting stuff out like every 2 weeks, which, is probably way too much music, but
I was going to say that's a lot.
It's a lot, man. Yeah.
But I like that you picked the title Songs from the Sofa, because all of us, I mean, it was like a joke. I feel like at the beginning, we all thought this was just going to last a couple of weeks. We all sat and watched Tiger King, and then we're like, okay, we're still here.
See, that's really good perspective. Tiger King, that was still this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, believe it or not. That was kind of at the very beginning.
Yeah, 5 years ago now.
I know. And interesting, I don't know if you've seen here, but did you see Jason Aldean's family did the whole Tiger King costume for Halloween?
I did.
That was amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
So you have other things going on. You talked about you being really busy. I just finished listening to the last episode of this. So the new podcast, we should add podcaster. I should add podcaster to that. This is kind of like a dramatic podcast. It's not like your usual. I used to listen to podcasts when I'm out running. The worst thing to do is listen to Crime Junkies at 6:30 in the morning when you're out running. It's not quite light outside.
Yeah. But maybe run faster. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is pretty cool. So tell me about the podcast. This is called, what's the title of it?
Make It Up As We Go.
Oh, yeah. See?
Kind of just like what we do in life, right? Yeah. It's really cool. My good buddy Eric Hurt kind of hit me up about it and said, he was like, dude, my friend Scarlett Burke is doing this new scripted podcast series show. And I was like, what? Like an old radio program?
Yes, that's exactly.
And that's exactly what it is. And what's so cool about it is it shows from her perspective this young girl who moves from Texas with her love interest, me, and writing partner, to make music and see how far that dream can go. And it provides us with a glimpse into the writers' rooms of town, of Nashville, and how a song kind of comes to be, and how it comes to fruition. And then those songs that are made by way of this scripted show end up getting released into the universe, and they're out there for your listening pleasure. And it's a hell of a cast. I mean, it's Scarlett Burke and Jingle Jared, Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
Bill Thornton. Are you kidding me? Like,
I know.
Miranda Lambert. I mean, it's people you've heard of. You know what I mean?
Including Rob Mayes. So tell me how that works. Did you all sit in a room and do this, or or did you just go in and do your part? How did that work?
So I think the actual production aspect of it probably went a little bit longer than it otherwise would have had we not been, in 2020 and all that it threw at us. But yeah, most of it, we were all at Dennis's house in his living room or whatever, and sitting around a circle and recording all this stuff and reading from the script. And, that was cool because we had each other's energy to feed off of. And then I think probably with, Craig Robinson and probably some other people too. I don't know, maybe Lindsay L. They probably did their stuff kind of a la carte and remotely, I would imagine.
Yeah. I have to say, is any of this like mirror life for you as you became here to do a singer-songwriter? Do you feel like that at moments? You're like, this is deja vu. I already did this. This happened to me. Yeah,
I kind of do. With the caveat that my character is like, well, Davis in the show is a raging alcoholic SOB.
Yeah, and Davis is. I was going to get to that, but okay, you're looking.
He kind of flies off the handle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he says some really not nice things about Nashville.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he does.
Let's just be very clear. That's
not you, right?
I love Nashville, man. I love it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. But it's very interesting. Yeah, you bring that up. Davis, man, he's not a guy you want to like. You're not necessarily rooting for Davis in this series, I just got to say.
Yeah.
All right. How many more episodes are there? It's on episode 6 right now, just released, Good
question. I think, what did we do? 7 or 8 or something? I forget the total count now.
Okay. So it's close to wrapping. Is there going to be a second season of this? Or
everyone keeps tuning in and listening and sharing and saving and supporting. Yeah, I mean, let's hope so.
Okay, you guys go listen to it. So just to know, that's your character. You're not actually like the guy Davis.
I am not Davis. I'm not Davis.
I mean, how do you do that as an actor? I don't know if I've ever asked anyone that. I mean, obviously you're playing a character, but like, do people come up to you, I would think, after you've been in these other things and been like, oh man, you're so awful. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, I mean, playing bad guys is fun. People that are damaged and all that, like that to me is where you could really kind of sink your teeth into it.
Right.
And that's what's fun. I mean, the Western I just did, like, they let me go for it, and I played this PTSD. I mean, this character was out of his mind at this point, really, it was not well. And really just flew off the handle, but it's kind of fun,
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it saves a lot of money in therapy because you could just kind of just bottle all that up, and then when you get that offer, you go to set, and then you just explode and do whatever comes out.
And it's okay because it's part of your job, right?
Yeah, they pay you instead of the other way around. It's great.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're on to something. Let's talk about, you've got a Christmas movie. I got to be honest, the last couple of days I've had the Hallmark channel on, although yours is on a different channel, Lifetime. But the Christmas shows, let's talk about Christmas movies in general. Like, I feel like that's kind of my lifeline right now with all the craziness going on.
Amen. Yeah.
It's just a fun escape, and you have one coming out soon. Tell us about that.
Very soon, the 15th. My goodness, what is today?
Next week, right?
It's next Sunday.
Yeah.
Next Sunday. Lifetime Christmas edition. And yeah, it's me and Marie Osmond back together for the second time, and the wonderful Carly Hughes, and my director Peter Sullivan. This is our third Christmas movie together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this story.
Well, you see, I play the son of a man who had a newspaper that was not doing very well. And after he passed, my father, I decided to unload this onto somebody. And the lovely Carly Hughes decides to come to town and take it over. And of course, it takes place in Alaska.
Oh.
I've now done a couple of movies in Alaska, we shot in Utah, and height of summer. But she comes, and I want her to take this over, and she realizes that it's not what she signed up for. And then she also comes to learn that I have a fondness and tremendous talent for blowing glass.
Oh.
I don't want to give too much away.
Okay.
But it is. I got to say, we had a hell of a time. It's such a good cast, and it was my first experience kind of shooting in this new era of COVID protective protocols.
Yeah. What was that like?
So everyone's masked up, wearing face shields and gloves and distancing and lots of hand sanitizer and everything that you think it would be. Very, very, very safe. But it makes it for an interesting kind of, feel on set, because on set, it's like one big family, at least you hope that way. And it still was that way, but a family wearing a heck of a lot of PPE.
But at least you were safe and everybody was well. So
we were safe. Great. It was a scaled down crew. But I think it made for a really cool, it's a special one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll always remember it.
I will for sure. Yeah.
And I'm surprised that you guys were able to actually shoot. So many things have been canceled and shut down. So the fact that you were able to even do this at all is pretty amazing.
Seriously, knock on wood. I mean, that's a lot of hope and prayers and protective measures, and it's not easy.
No. All right. Well, we've covered a lot of things. You're really busy. I mean, I was talking about a pandemic. I feel like I've done nothing compared to what you've got going on here. What are you doing right now? What are you working on right now?
What am I doing right now? Well, actually, I've got a new lyric video that drops tonight at midnight East Coast time for a song that I put out last month called "Length of a Song." So that's coming out here in just a few hours. And then I've got another song coming out next on the 20th, of this month, called "Regular Guy." Wow. So
tell me about that song. Did you co-write that song?
I've been, it's funny because coming from Cleveland and then, LA, it's like most of the stuff that I'd written early on was I didn't collaborate. It was just me, So the whole co-write thing for me, when I first started doing that a few years ago, was very, very different and very, very new. And I've come to absolutely love it. But there's also something that's very, very personal about sitting down, in your own lonesome and writing a song that's straight from the heart. That's, it's just you and your thoughts and whatever ambiently is floating around in the ether around you at that time. And I remember I was just about to sell my house a year and a half ago, and I was having nightmares about the end of the world.
Wow.
Like big earthquake stuff, just Armageddon. And I was like, something's coming. And I felt something was going to happen. And I thought, you know what, it's time to sell. It's time to make some changes. And I did. And I was like, man, I'm so stressed. This is terrible. I'm not sleeping. I'm having nightmares. What's going on? And I sat down and I wrote that song. And, it's just kind of exemplifies and highlights the humility of being a human being, in this great big powerful world, and we only have control over so much. But, I think the one thing that we always do have control over is, our ability to retain and maintain and hold on to our hope.
Yeah, I think that's all what we need right now is hope. Wow. All right. You
So
ended on a great note. All we need today is hope. So you guys go check it out. Tell everybody where they can find more.
you can find me on Instagram at Hog City. Don't ask me why, but HOGCITY. Yeah, man. And I'm in town all the time, so maybe I'll see you guys around,
Yeah, go check it out. Is it okay if people say hello to you? Are you cool with that?
Okay. Yeah, of course. I mean, maybe 6 feet of
Keep your distance and say hello.
I'll be in town next week, actually, so maybe I'll see you.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you guys go check it out. Good to catch up with you again. I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
So good to see you. Thank you so much.
All right, bye everybody.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.